Oh, yeah, a little light. I got light.
A little light?
Yeah, try it. Okay. Well, I got smoke out of this positive terminal. Don't want to go. At 19, I decided, much like a guy who's in college, I decided I'm going to build a castle. My name's Pete Kelley. I'm from Wausau originally. My family's been up here for 100 and some years. I started this project in 1987, and it's not complete, but I work on it religiously. Originally, I wanted to build just a tower out in the woods, and I haven't completely deviated from that. I thought it's a little place I can go out in the woods and throw beer cans off the roof. But as I start working my drawings and I'm getting the stairs in there, that room is getting tiny. And so at any rate, the drawings evolved.
She bought a piece of furniture in Rhinelander, and the guy said, you know, I'll give it to you. And she said, no, I'll pay for it. So they had less than nothing.
Turning into a better day than it started.
Oh, well, I saw it last night on the radar, and I'm like, ruh-roh. But yeah, it's moving through quick, so we should be okay for a bit.
The crest, that stone weighs about 500 pounds. I went to the quarry and got a non-monumental grade. And then I took our family crest and had it blow into size, and then took the artwork and the stone to somebody who does gravestones and had them blast that out. You notice how it's blasted out instead of cut in? That's old style. Now this is the lab, and everything goes right from the drawing board into production.
Did you want to talk about any of these photos here?
I can walk through them. There's the foundation. And here we're setting precast and cutting wood from our property. That tower, the keep, was encased in scaffolding for, I don't know, 7, 8 years. Here he's got a roller. He's making stamped concrete floors. Over here is a pump truck. We're pouring the roof of the tower. You see the snow in the foreground. All the heavy things are brought in the winter. And I like this picture. It gives a good cutaway of a typical wall. That is, the stones are different thicknesses, but you keep the front flush and then fill behind with steel and cement. And usually do 2 courses and then work your way up again. The hole in the ceiling by design is for hauling wood to the fire. The concept that you can throw a cargo net in the back of a pickup and just hook onto it and take it up wholesale. But in the construction phase, I'll hook onto this and then take everything up in buckets, sand, gravel, open bags of mortar, whatever. I'll put a block on each stem. There's a hoist up above, but this is how everything is lifted. I'm an electrician, and I'm usually to a project before it's started. And if there's something that I feel I would like, then I'll talk to the project manager, the owner, whoever I'm working for, and try to acquire that. This will be a living area, like I'll put a fireplace here. And this is actually the front door, security system.
Is that a live grenade?
Oh, it wouldn't do much good if it wasn't. I like working with metal. That fixture behind you I made. The windows I made. And I got a friend, he welds professionally for the railroad, and he says to me, he goes, Pete, you weld like a farmer. And I didn't take it as a compliment. I don't think it was. But I like to play with it.
Well, like these hinges, doorknobs, all.
Those are all welded by you as well?
Yeah. Ceiling itself, there's 170 of those little squares. Tedious little detail. I say my brother and I shot this about 3 miles from here.
What species is it?
I don't know. There was it's a variety. It's in the Hodag family. This structure, in castle terms, is tiny. And European castles, they'll have a 60-foot wall that's 200 feet long, and you just can't do that. So I try to make up for it with architecture and detail. The trusses were brought up by hand and assembled in place. My brother Pat helped me with them, and we got it down to about one a day.
And how was that experience for you, Pat?
They were heavy and hot. There was scaffolding here and ladders here and hoisting each one and making sure that the peak was centered on each one to make the roof straight. Mm. The end one was, yeah.
The end one, I don't remember.
Well, the end one.
You were hiding in the basement.
Well, that it was on a board that
went across there?
Went across, but there was mostly straight down next to it.
How often are you up here working and helping out then?
Only when I'm stupid enough to answer the phone.
My family has always been helping me when I call, but I do it as sparingly as I can because my dreams shouldn't become their headache.
And do you have any experience or background when it comes to some of this type of work?
No, this is my first castle.
But the next one.
The next one's going to go a lot easier.
Oh yeah, I figured that out a long time ago.
That should go quick.
Yeah, probably 60, 70 years.
Right.
If we can get it down to that.
That first castle always takes longer.
It's where I have my coffee in the morning, and it's probably my favorite place in the whole building. 5 o'clock in July, and to sit out here for 20 minutes, it's my favorite.
Do you feel like you're able to enjoy the space as well?
No. No, I mean, the person has to eat sometime. But otherwise, I work. I haven't fished in 10 years. There's always more to do. Usually my birthday is just another day on the calendar, but when I turned 50, I couldn't avoid it. It was like I had to take stock in where I was and how much longer I'm going to live and how much is done. And I realized there's just things I'm never going to get to.
Have you come to terms with that, you think?
Oh, yeah. I'll work till I'm dead.
Yeah, standing on this one. Yeah, so we had a board across here to put these gussets on.
This is the sun deck. And there's a grill here, a refrigerator here, and the stove had been in my parents' house, which burned, and I salvaged that and put it up here. Then this guy, he says that when you build something, that you should start with a beer holder and work around it. And now it's a little early for a beer, but we have these all flared out to the width of a beer can. So drop that one, it's just like that. But grab the only one that's dented.
Is that your own design then for that, or did you model that off of something?
They're called crenolines, and different castles have different ones. I sort of made my own, but stole some idea from somebody. Probably some patent infringement. I'll get a letter one day.
From Italy or somewhere.
From Italy, yeah.
When you first heard him talking about this, at what point did what was your reaction to that?
It wasn't really a big surprise. He's older, so the ideas have always been there. I kind of grew up with it.
This turret, that's done with copper, and it was to make it authentic, but the real reason was I don't want to have to do it again. And if you look at the pictures, you'll see parts of it to see how that was made. It's quite complicated. I think different people that come here take away different things. If you're in the trades, you recognize, it stinks of work, and you pick up on that, but other people don't, It's inspiring to me to see the reaction from people that are taken by it. 1/3, 1/2 of women ask me why. Men, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20. I mean, a guy builds a monster truck, nobody comes up and asks him, why'd you do that? I mean, a guy gets it, Probably play well in Italy. When I was designing it, often you'll see people drawing a castle and they got four towers that are connected. And I really avoided that. I want balance, but not symmetry. As you walk around this building, it looks different from every angle.
And there's one strong keep,
Right.
not four
Not four,
weak ones.
not four weak ones, yeah.
So you think it's just the positive terminal?
Which one was it? That was,
That was the one that didn't come apart.
must be.
Do you have any advice or wisdom that you would share?
Yes. The only thing stopping you is you. You're limited by your own imagination and your own drive, but aside from that, that's it. I had been a Marine, so I was indoctrinated into those silly thoughts. I used to get anxiety when I would think about the whole project, but I don't do that anymore. Now I focus on what I'm working on, and that's all I think about, and I don't think about anything else.
As you think about what drives you toward putting all this effort into it, do you feel like there's a deeper purpose to it for you, or?
I enjoy it.